but Jonathan is up first. He's going to go over the new step that many of our program chairs are seeing in dualenroll.com.
Hey, good morning. Let me find my screen real quick. All right, there have been a few enhancements to dual enroll. We talked about some of the enhancements on the student application and registration side the last couple of weeks. Today, we wanted to talk about a couple enhancements that they've made on the faculty side as well. Some of these steps are already live, so you're seeing those things that are active. So we wanted to just touch on them real quick. One that you have already seen and we've gotten questions about is this K-14 Director Assigned Program Chair step. So new this year is the enhancement that dual enroll is going to trigger some of these faculty steps automatically based on course uploads. So if a course is extracted into dual enroll with a new instructor, or it is a new course for an existing instructor, it's going to trigger this step for us. So I have my Penn High School folks up right now, just as an example. So Jacob Hiscock is a brand new dual credit instructor at Penn. His IVYT course extracted recently into dual enroll, so it triggered this step for us to assign his courses to him. So this doesn't impact the registration side for students. This is just to make sure that the credentialing, faculty tasks, all of those things on the faculty side of the house are flowing through correctly. So there are a couple of things we need to check out when these things are extracted. What this means is that you don't manually have to do this process anymore. So last year we would have to manually launch a lot of these workflows. It's going to automate that for you, but it's going to ask for your input as a K-14 director to make sure it's pointing in the right direction. So one thing we have noticed is under the instructor account, if you click on Jacob's name, it extracts him in. It's assigning him to Penn High School because that's where his course is built, at Penn High School. But what it doesn't do is fill in his Ivy Tech email. So as a K-14 staff, we need to come in and make sure the Ivy Tech email is here so that the single sign-on is going to work for Jacob when he tries to come in and set up his dual enroll account. So drop in the Ivy Tech email, drop in the C number. It always wants to autofill that with my info. So the C number should be on the ERP ID, and the Ivy Tech email should be on the email slot. That makes sure the single sign-on will work when Jacob comes to log in to dual enroll. So check those two things and update down here at the bottom, and then his account should be ready to go. That's just on the account side. Like Sarah Klein is an instructor that has taught previously at Penn, but Spanish 201 is a new course. So if I click on her account, her info is already in there, autofilling that. The most important thing to have is the Ivy Tech email. If you have the C number handy, it is nice to drop it in there as well. But it's already filled in her information because she's taught previously. But it's generated this task because she's never taught Spanish 201 with us before. She's always been on 101, 102. So we're going to work through those workflows just to show you what that looks like real quick. But I am going to bring over our development. So this is dual enroll, the dev site, so I'm not messing with anything on production for us today. So you can see the same things that are at work here. If you click on Nicole's profile, it'll take you right in and you can see that information, make sure it's updated. You could click on courses and it will show you the same steps. So the steps are available here as well under her profile. They're also available here. Whichever side you want to work them, it's up to you. If you want to work it on a instructor basis, you can flip over here and work these steps. So the K-14 Director Assigned Program Chair step is going to ask you to assign a program chair for that particular course. Should have those all available in the list. So grab whoever makes sense. And new this year is this option to launch instructor onboarding workflow. So this gives you the option to either launch the onboarding if it's a brand new instructor with a brand new course, or if you know this is a course that this instructor has taught previously, that they do not need to be onboarded, you can just leave that unchecked. So maybe they were an instructor a couple of years ago, they're already good to go, they don't need to do onboarding with the program chair, we just need to load them into dual enroll, leave that blank for now. But if they're new, then we do want to launch that onboarding to complete the step. And what that's going to do is immediately trigger that program chair schedule onboarding option. So that just sent it to my program chair to make sure they now know they need to onboard this instructor in this course. So for Nicole, she's got Agriculture 103 now that she needs onboarding for. I'll pause there for a minute. Oh, the one other thing that it also triggered for that class, it triggered for the instructor side the upload syllabus step now. So it triggers those two options. She's going to upload her syllabus. Program chair is also going to follow up and schedule onboarding. So both of those steps will trigger with that. If we go the other pathway, so I'm going to choose the program chair, but I'm not going to launch the instructor onboarding. So this instructor has already taught this class in years past. Program chairs knows they should be good to go. If we complete that step, it will trigger the upload syllabus step, but it's not going to launch the onboarding. So that's all that that does, is it just leaves that onboarding step out of the process, but it lets it move forward with uploading the syllabus. Let me pause right there and see if there's any questions with that new workflow. I don't see anything in the chat. Any hands up? Anybody have a question about that new process? So again, it will trigger for new instructors or instructors teaching a new course to them. And you could clear them through here if you want to as well. If I refresh this, those steps should have gone away for Nicole. So we cleared the two that were at work. A couple other updates, some long-awaited updates we're very excited about for the instructor upload syllabus step. So we'll move on to that for Nicole's agriculture class. Nicole is very talented. She's teaching business and healthcare and agriculture and biology. So the instructor upload syllabus step, the first step in the process looks pretty similar. So the instructor is going to come in, they're going to choose a file, they're going to upload whatever that is. They can choose, I'm not teaching this term if they're not teaching the course, and that will just notify us and end the process. We have this new question, in what term will you be teaching the learning objectives? So that's just to make sure that things are lining up. If we built it as a full year course, we want to make sure that's accurate. So if it's built that way, it gives them the chance to let us know, oh, I'm only teaching it in the spring, so maybe it needs to be reconfigured a bit. The instructor completes their side of that process. Go back to Nicole here. So now that step for agriculture has moved to the program chair review syllabus. Nothing new here as well, same process. Program chair is going to review that syllabus. They're going to check everything out. But at the end of that, if they need more information from the instructor, they could put a comment in here. So need ADA statement in syllabus, whatever that may be. They're going to complete that step. And now this is our new workflow step. Rather than this coming back to that instructor upload syllabus, they're going to have an instructor more information needed step. So they've added that clarity this year so instructors know what's new and what needs reviewed. So that was what we asked for last year that Dual Enroll has delivered on, to add a lot more clarity to the process. So instructors know if it comes back from the program chair that there's more information needed. That's pretty explicitly there in the step. If they click on that, it's going to give them whatever comments the program chair sent their way. They can upload an additional syllabus if they need to, make whatever corrections need to be made there. Once they complete that and send that back again to the program chair, it's now this new step, program chair syllabus returned for review. So on the program chair side, that helps them see what is a new syllabus that I've gotten for the first time and what's being returned for review again. So your program chairs now will see a couple different syllabus options, and your instructors will see a couple different syllabus options so that it just better tracks the workflow. So it's clear when this is the second round versus the first round, helps folks hopefully kind of drill down, manage those tasks a little bit better. Any questions about that as far as the new syllabus workflow? It's long awaited, it's finally here. So We're very excited about that. All right, one more step to hit on the faculty side that is an update, and that is on the site visit side. So if your program chairs have a site visit task that is still that is outstanding here. So if this one's for full year 22-23. So if this is for this year, if they completed a site visit last year and they just need to document that, we now have the site visit previously completed option for program chairs to use. And they can drop in that date from last year to clear this task. So rather than having to go back to last term to manage some of those steps, this gives them an opportunity just to indicate that that was done last year, so it doesn't need to be done this year. So let your program chairs know about that option. Again, this is just within the last year, so this doesn't mean, you know, I did one 3 years ago and they're good to go for all of time. But if they had one last year that just wasn't documented in dual enroll for whatever reason, they can indicate that that one has been completed for last year's date, and it will clear this step for them. And then that would trigger it to complete again for the next academic year, since those are due every 2 years at minimum. I think that's it for my notes.